Hello, everybody, and welcome to the RIO and Shawarma Show. Today, we will be talking about parenting and marriage.
Yes. We will.
We are experts in both of these fields. I have several children. RIO has several wives.
Yeah, I have several marriages.
Several marriages. They all disappeared.
And that is shawarma,
Hi.
just for clarity.
Yeah. Clarity's good.
Mm-hmm, of course. So, in this show, we I think we answer questions.
Question? Yes. Yeah.
Questions?
Yeah. Question? I think.
I think
that was...
maybe.
I think. So that's how it goes. Oh, so we've got several very, very lovely questions here.
Yes.
From some very shady people.
People from Twitter is what he's saying.
People from Twitter.
Which is inherently shady, so.
We asked 100 males, what are your problems?
Yes, and we only received 10 answers.
Yeah. Yes, but that's okay.
Of course.
So I think we will start with Danny DeVito.
Yes, Danny.
Danny DeVito says, hypothetically, my spouse might be cheating on me with Tahu Nuva from Bionicle, but I don't know for sure. Should I confront her about it?
Oh, wow, that's a tough question indeed.
That is a tough question. Honestly, I feel like if she's cheating on you with him, you should probably just back out. You don't want to get in a you don't want to go up against that. That's what I feel like.
Yeah. Tahu is a strong Bionicle. Tahu Nuva, especially.
Yeah.
However, I had an alternate opinion than yours, and that would be it would be an honor for her to be cheating with Tahu Nuva.
So she might be a keeper then.
Yeah, because I mean she has good taste. Let's be real.
True. Yeah, that is a tough one.
So to confront or not to confront, how would she take it? If you confronted and she was like, it's true, and then you're like, all right. But if she's like, yes, it's true, I'm leaving you, then that would be like, no, nobody wants there.
There are many more fish in the sea.
I mean, that's true. You could go out with Gali Nuva.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's even better. I mean, let's be real.
She could always get you water.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to learn how to swim. But
yeah, I mean, she can survive on land, and it's like I feel like marriage is supposed to be a sort of a balance.
Oh yeah, so just stay on the beach. So
stay on the beach. Always have your feet in the water, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Always have your feet in the water.
Which is not a metaphor. It's literal.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just clarifying. They could take it as a metaphor for like compromise or something. But no, literally.
Just literally keep your feet in the water. But also, don't just sit directly on the sand because it's disgusting.
Yeah, that's no.
Yeah, if you're that disgusting that you're going to sit directly on the sand, then not only should you not be married, you should be not alive.
Yeah, it's just how things are.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Sorry to break it to you, but I think we've strayed off the question here.
Sorry to break you.
Sorry to break you.
Okay. Sorry. The old phlegm.
All right.
Next question.
Okay. Next question. Yes.
Matthew Kimball. I see. He's moved on from his dating advice to marriage advice, and he says,
"That's good."
He says, "Real Force, why are you like this?"
I don't think he addresses me specifically. Although
yes, he does.
It was on my tweet, so I suppose he was addressing me directly. Okay. I can only answer that in one way.
Haiku. You can only answer it in haiku.
Oh, okay. I have to 575, huh? Okay.
575.
I am this way, B.
Because
I am the way that I am the way that I think that was 575.
Well done, Roger.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, on to Trevor. Do you kick the kid or yeet the kid if they misbehave? All right, now I have some personal experience with this. In my experience with my child, you can start out with either a kick or a yeet, but once they get to around 7 and their body won't break on impact, you you could. It's pretty advanced. I would not recommend it unless you've been a father for 5 or more years. But you could try the I believe was the Norwegians who I think it was. Yeah, but the keet.
Whoa.
It's come from
Norway.
It's from Norway, yes, but it's more they sort of took it from the Danish like soccer.
Wow.
Because of course they call it soccer, but you know how in football where you drop the ball onto your foot and you kick it really, really far?
Oh yes.
So it's that sort of thing. So it's a keet.
Ah.
So you sort of throw the child in the air, and that sort of begins the shock. Like, oh my goodness, I've said that, and then you just kick them really, really hard. And if you aim it right, you sort of cushion it with the what's the top of your foot called?
The top of your foot.
That's the one. So you sort of give them a good smack with that, and if you do it the right way,
it's called a keet.
Yeah, it's not too painful, honestly. It's kind of more the humiliation.
Yeah. But it does prevent them, or not prevent, but it does persuade them to lay back on the misbehaving, I would say.
Yeah, it's true. That actually brings us to our sponsor.
Oh yeah, finally.
Um,
Today's episode is sponsored by
Keatful Things.
Yes.
Your number one stop for getting foot cushions.
Yes, whenever you're keating your child and you need to do it quite often, you might find yourself having a little bit of foot pain, and that's why Keatful Things exists and has been so kind to sponsor us today.
Yeah, yes. And of course it could be directly used for the keating. If you are a grandparent and you've become to be a bit soft in your old age, and you feel like, that child is a brat. He deserves to die in torment. But I'm a grandparent and I have to go a little easy. You put on your Keatful Thing. Exactly. Which will cushion the blow a little bit, so you can still be like, oh well, I go to Grammy's house and I don't get punished as much, but I still get punished. It's that firmness and that softness,
and it keeps your foot protected from injuries.
It keeps your foot protected.
So your arthritis, you know what? It's good. It's
make your arthritis. Take your pain. Dang, we're good.
That was a good sponsor.
Yeah. Thank you very much for Keatful Things for sponsoring this episode of Short Man Radio Force. What's the best strategy for dealing with a child?
Oh my. This is interesting. What does he mean by dealing?
I feel like he's talking about like poker.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, I'm not as familiar with this, seeing as I only have 7 children, but Shawarma might be able to answer this better.
Yeah, my one son, we named him Hope, Joy, Happiness.
That's a good name.
Yeah. We named him after my uncle.
Oh, wow. I could tell the family resemblance.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's really big on like card games. We started with Old Maid, and we kind of moved up to Dead Maid, and then now we're on poker.
Of course.
And the thing with him is he's really, really good. And in order to kind of assert your dominance, you have to start by shuffling the cards yourself. If you shuffle the cards and you do it really, really, really well, it's like they're like, dang, man, I can't beat this. I can't stand up against this. Like,
it basically kills their poker face for the rest of the game.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's just like, yeah, like their eyebrows start to come off.
Yeah,
It's really strange, but like their eyebrows will literally start to fall off. It's mostly a stress thing, I think. But
but don't worry, they might come back. But either way,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's not so much the dealing as the shuffling. I would say shuffle really, really well, really like do it in a really like flashy way.
Yes.
Yeah, like it, and then they'll be so intimidated by your like dominating card shuffling style that they might not even want to play anymore.
Yeah, and that's exactly the goal. You know, you got
I
to keep the
understand
children in their place.
Yeah. I understand that he's like 8 years old and probably has a long life ahead of him, but at that point, a lot of them will even just go and write their will just then, and like they'll be like, I'm forfeiting all the money when I die to shawarma.
Yeah.
I don't even want it. Forget my mom. Forget my siblings. Forget my children. Uncle Shawarma deserves it. He's the card master.
Honestly, this is the truth.
Yeah, and I think you've had a little bit of experience, not so much cards, but with rock fishing when you were in Iceland that one time. Remember?
Oh yes, of course that.
The fishing hole with the eels, and you were looking for the rocks, the shiny rocks, and your cousin Larry was there.
Oh yes, and I made sure he stayed in his place.
Oh yeah, could you? I think that would make a great example. Actually, would you care to share that with us?
Yeah. Well, whenever I was there, Larry was always getting into trouble, and I just couldn't. I hate Larry because I hate children, and because of this, I decided, you know what, this is the time to deal with this child. But obviously, when I say deal, I mean shuffle. So I pull out my shuffling. I shuffle. He falls in the water. I'd never seen him again, but I did get a cool shiny rock. So that's the moral of the story.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Dragon Brick Studios asks, if I give it enough candy, will it evolve? If so, what will it evolve into? Is there a way of finding out if it's a Harry Potter or a Carl Potter? What's its special attacks? Is it normal type or fire type or ... question mark?
He just ran out of room in that tweet, didn't he?
He did indeed.
Well, that's just so sad.
Personally, I think the majority of children under 10 are more of a Carol Potter.
Yeah.
Not Carol, Carl, I'm sorry.
I mean, it could be Carol. That's even weaker than Carl.
Yeah. As far as special attacks...
Watch out for the teeth.
What? Definitely, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely,
watch out for the teeth. Fingernails are a big one.
Rip out the teeth and fingernails if you want to protect yourself.
Well, the teeth kind of come out by themselves.
I mean, that's true.
The fingernails, though, you have to let them soak in the tub for a really long time, and then when they're all like bundled up in their towel and stuff, and they've taken in so much water that they're just like just through their pores that they're just like a soggy mess, and they can't do anything. Yeah. So you kind of clip the toenails then when they're helpless. Yeah. Take the whole. Yeah. It'll come back, but it'll come back weaker. And if you do it enough times, it becomes just a sort of like a thicker layer of skin that still serves the purpose of being a toenail or a fingernail or whatever.
Yeah, but it's no danger to you.
There's no danger. Yeah.
Yeah, because as a parent, you need to protect yourself more than anything.
Of course, exactly.
Yeah.
And then he continues and saying that if my child is not strong enough, I've heard that I'm supposed to chuck it off the side of a mountain. Is this true? Also, when is the latest I can return my child if I decide I don't want it? Is there a demo version? Or there be any darling little cacti or updates? I think he's crazy. I personally.
Yeah, children don't come with darling little cacti. I mean, those are, they're kind of separate things.
Yeah, definitely.
They don't inherently go together.
I mean, if you have like a convenience store, they might sell them both, but it won't be as good quality if you get them off of Jungle Zone, which was one of our sponsors in the past.
Yeah.
Or if you get it off of Freebay or just things like that. You get much better prices than buying it, in places like Fall Mart where it's in bulk.
Of course.
Or even somewhere like the Dollar Leaf. where it's just junky.
Yeah, don't buy that there.
Definitely.
You might.
Don't.
Yeah,
I did it once, and
that he also did that from the dollar leaf because he's wondering if his child isn't strong enough. But if he had bought it off of Freebay, he might not be questioning that.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there are risks to buying it off of Freebay. A lot of times it will be pre-owned, and it does not come with warranty.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's a good deal.
Yeah, definitely.
But about the
is there a demo
off
version?
the side of the mountain part.
I mean, that has been known to work. It's a little more like
it's one of those radical new age parenting techniques.
Yeah,
I don't particularly say it's wrong, but I won't say it's right either. Just search your feelings. Just feel what's right to you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, in socialist countries, they just throw all the children off of cliffs.
Of course, yeah. I mean, they figured it out. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that's, terribly wrong. If they do it over there every day, then surely they can't be wrong if they're doing it all the time.
Yeah. And, if you throw them off a cliff enough times, they will develop really strong bones, which gets back to your previous question. If you got it off of dollar leaf and it's really not strong enough, if you throw it enough times, it might get really strong.
Yeah, exactly. Then you can be a proud parent.
Exactly. What else? What are the necessary living requirements for a child? And when should I start teaching them martial arts, including how to fight with weapons? I'm thinking of starting to train them once they can walk. But,
I don't know if you'd want to, because like we discussed with the fingernails and the teeth, you're going to just have to keep keating them, or either throwing them off a cliff all the time. And if you give them weapons, they don't really need any more that you have to take away, because it gets complicated.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Rio, but you're wrong. My one child, Frankson, he was really into the kung fu, like Spleen Works movies, like Kung Fu Octopus.
Oh yes.
And like Crouching Lion, Hidden Flagon, and what's the other one called?
I don't remember. I don't familiarize myself with those.
Charlotte's Flab, was it?
Oh yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, that was it. So like he got into a lot of movies like that, and he started to develop a sort of desire to learn how to fight with weapons. He said, "Dad, I'm gonna make it in this world. I'm gonna be a self-made man."
I mean, he knew you weren't gonna help him out, so
exactly, yeah. But then I surprised him. I was like, "Son, you're gonna learn some respect. I'm gonna give you a throwing knife a day, and if you use that throwing knife in a way that's honorable and just, I will give you another one the next day."
Wow.
And I mean, he failed after a couple days.
Of course. Yeah.
He started murdering villages. It was crazy. But
I mean, you can't expect every child to be perfect from the start.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, it's sort of trial and error, but he learned his lesson, and we've moved on to larger weapons. I gave him a spear for his birthday.
My.
No problems with that so far.
Okay. Wasn't his birthday just yesterday, though?
He was just yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I found a little bit of blood on the walls, but I think that was somebody just got like a bloody nose or something. I don't think it's that much of a problem, honestly.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, there's so much blood just here and there with children.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Whammy asks, if I were a grandpa and I had 5 grandkids, should I give them candy every day?
What kind of candy are you talking about?
Yeah, I think we need to clarify here. If it's like Sour Batch middle-aged people, I would give them to them every day. I mean, if you teach them to brush their teeth and to bathe in the tears of their enemies, I feel like they'll be all right.
Yeah, that'll keep them healthy, and it's well balanced.
Yeah,
but like if you're giving them Mixel sticks, they are that might not be the best. Maybe like once every 2 days, but not every
or
day.
like Sasquatch fish.
Yeah. Those are especially dangerous. But so I'd keep that like down to once a week, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's your kid. You can experiment.
Grandkid.
Sorry. Yeah, or 5 grandkids. Wow.
Yeah.
You can experiment with each one. I might not say give them all at once. Like all give them a dose.
There's only so many types of candy. You got 5 grandkids.
Yeah.
It's, at least one of them will be fine,
Yeah. And I mean, if you do give them all Sasquatch fish at once, like all just each a 10-pound bag, it would be kind of fun to watch what happens. I mean, that's a bonus. So it's just really up to you.
And it's fun as well. I mean, I know Brogan Saul, his in his vlogs, a lot of times he'll give his grandkids like poison and drugs that make them really, really aggressive.
Oh, wow.
And then he'll videotape them and they'll be like start like fighting each other and stuff. And like honestly, they're really like I hate to say it, but they've gotten really successful now because of that sort of that spirit of like survival of the fittest. Like, if you lay down, you die. Like you have to keep fighting, through the.
Sounds really entertaining. I think I should look.
And
it's
entertaining.
Later.
Yeah, he makes money off it. His grandchildren, have profited from it, and his children, they're not having to watch their kids.
Wow, I need to get my kids to have grandchildren so I can do that.
I know, right?
I'll talk to them later about that.
Savannah's she just got married, and I'm hoping for a really large batch soon.
Of good, yeah. That's
because I mean I haven't gotten to experiment a whole lot.
Yeah, I understand.
Declan Thomas asks, "What's the proper way to ask Steve Buscemi to marry you? Also, when is it okay to let your kids start working in the family mine that's been passed down through generations?"
I honestly, I'll just go ahead and answer the second one. They should be born in the mine, and only when they get tall enough that they can't fit in the mine should they be allowed out of the mine.
I mean, personally, I would say never let them see the light of day.
That's true. I mean, that's one option.
I think people adapt to their environment, and if you never let them out of the mine, they won't be that tall.
I mean, that's true. Actually, I feel like. You know what? I think somebody did a study on that at Lardverd, but I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think it was Professor Largeheart, Thomas Largeheart. I think
maybe so.
I believe. Oh no! It was Barfunkel.
I'll have to look back in the books.
Yeah, I have to look back into it. It's a pretty long study. Those professors, they love to talk, but
they really do.
Definitely look
a podcast.
Yeah, definitely, like we did.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you guys didn't know, we used to be professors in Pale.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes I still go back and like reminisce, but mostly I spend my time here on the Shawarma and Real Horse show.
Yeah. When you love something, you gotta put all your time into it.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they're children.
Of course, yeah. Then you can,
just let them free. They'll figure it out someday.
Gold Brick Productions asks, how best to ask out... Oh,
what?
Dear.
Why does this guy not know how to write?
He doesn't know how to write. How to best ask... How do I ask out the perfect pizza delivery girl before she sees your documentary?
Oh my. Okay. Well, before we go any further, put her in the documentary. Duh. Then it won't be a problem.
I concur. Yeah. Definitely have her in the documentary. Then, if you know her name or if you just made up a name about her, go back to the delivery place and kneel next to the counter and sort of like kind of smell the counter like really, really close, but keep your eyes fixed on whoever is at the cash register.
Yes.
They can't do anything. Store policy, they are not allowed to kick you out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so thankful for those new regulations.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, some places like Pizza Cut, like they get a little weird about it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Like they can't legally throw you out, but they don't like it at all.
But like, I'm pretty sure Goldbrick likes Mamamos a lot, and I know that for a fact that they'll bring out the pizza delivery girl to the counter if you do that.
They know what it means. It's basically a code word. It's like the safe words in bars.
Of course.
Yeah. They'll know exactly who you're talking about. They can smell it. Once you work, I've worked in a pizza shop before. I worked in what was it? Where did I work? Oh my goodness, my mind's blanking.
Grandpa Ron's?
Oh, I think it was the Dominator.
Oh yes.
I think that was it. But yeah, when I worked there, somebody came in one time. They're like, "Hi, my name's Sklepatimon, and I've fallen in love with your delivery girl, Fredrickson, and I really would just love to just say hello to her and get to know her a little bit." And I looked in his face and I spit in his eye. I was sick too.
Oh my.
And I was like, you know what? Get out of here. What are you doing in here? I don't even know what that means. Who even is Fredrickson? You don't exist. Nothing exists. I'm not even. This plane of reality is fake. What? You're a figment of my imagination. Why are you here? And he said, "Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Please forgive me." And he left.
Oh.
Now another guy came in. He said, "My name's T-Rex Velocikid." And he did the same thing. I kicked him out as well. But then this other guy came in, and he kneeled down next to the counter. And it differs a little bit in Alabama. So he kind of put his cheek up against the counter.
Oh, yeah.
Until the oils came out of the pores of his skin and left a cheek mark. And then he came back the next day and drew a little heart in it. And I thought that was beautiful.
Oh, wow. That's moving. I'm touched.
And we knew. We could feel it in our hearts. And we said, Karen, can you come out here a second? There's someone we want you to meet. She came out, and they're happily married. She's a bit of a tyrant, but they have several children. And honestly, a lot of times I borrow their grandchildren in order to use for my own practice for when I have grandchildren. So it's a really beautiful relationship.
That's great.
But I digress.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions here? Oh, we forgot to answer Declan about what the proper way to ask Steve Buscemi to marry you.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to get into Hollywood, man. It's really hard. You have to,
kill 12 people.
I killed 13, but I'm a bit of an overachiever.
Oh, of course. Oh, you.
You know me.
I know you.
Several film producers, and at least one or two actors, because the public really likes the actors. The public doesn't know any film producers.
Yeah, it's true.
Besides, Robert Spielberg or you know.
Yeah.
People like that. One
Large
or two.
Lucas? Large mucus. That's
Did you say Large Lucas?
No, mucus. It's a
that's what I thought.
Of boar fighting.
Yeah.
He's on my list whenever I get into Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say definitely go for him. He's more of a popular producer, but like I said, a lot of producers are obscure and they're hard to get to.
They add to your head count, so you know what? That's all that matters.
It's true, yeah. But all I'm saying is, get an actor or two. Get what are good actors? Thad Split. Gradual DiCaprio. Gradual decapitation. He's hard to get to.
Yeah, I know. He's the worst.
I know, yeah.
Many have tried and failed, but I mean, if you get it, you might just.
You probably only need to get one Gradual DiCaprio and then one or two other obscure people. You won't even need 6 people.
That's true.
Because he's hard to get to. I tried, but I didn't want to go too far.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
And then kind of overshoot it. But yeah, once you kill several people, they'll kind of take you into their inner circle and induct you. into the Hall of Gravy.
Maybe even abduct you.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, exactly.
And only then can you propose properly.
Right. Yeah. I don't think anyone's even done it yet. I was trying. I wanted to propose to Eva Red, and she refused me, honestly, which I'm kind of happy about now, because
might not have been able to have as many children.
Yeah, they haven't had it. Like, they've only had 11 or 12.
Yeah, that's not quite enough.
Yeah, I mean, maybe for a normal person, like, it's acceptable. It's not gonna turn any heads, really. But if you're in a business like us, and it's your profession to have, an acceptable amount of children, and to be disciplining them right, and to be being married right, and experiment, that's a huge part of it. I feel like you're gonna want to end up with somebody who either has a lot of children, or wants a lot of children, or wants to abduct a lot of children.
Exactly. It's really the only way.
There's always orphanages. And they're really good. You could even...
Yeah, my eighth daughter is planning on taking over an orphanage with her mad martial arts skills soon.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, well, you can't wait to see that. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't actually talking about, like, getting children from orphanages, though.
Yeah. But, I mean, that...
I was more talking about, like, make your child an orphan, you know?
Oh, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I've done that a few times, too.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
It adds character.
Yeah, honestly.
It adds character.
One of the best things. Forget college, like... Well, this is a very successful...
This has been great, yeah. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me back on my show.
Yes, I'm glad that you came back to your show.
We had some great questions and some great conversations. A lot of really confused young people out here.
I know. I worry about these young people these days.
Hopefully, we've helped them out a little bit.
That's the point of this podcast, to help our own convictions.
Yep.
Of course.
All right. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and
we'll see you next time.
Keep
having children. Goodbye.
Definitely. Yeah. Bye.